Hi guys, so it's Monday morning, it's raining here in New South Wales in Newcastle, and I'm going to do a short, probably about a 30-minute practice for you that's grounded. So we're going to be doing a lot of kneeling work, twisting and moving, really slow gentle movements to get some breath moving through the spine, have some movement going through the back body so we can open up the back body and just help to release some tension around the shoulders, our lower back and our hips. Now you can use any oil that you like. Personally, I'm going for wild orange. We've had a lot of news coming through at us that can be quite intense, and I know wild orange is the oil of abundance. It has a real joyful, happy aroma about it. And if you think about a citrus tree, how they continually give, as long as they're watered, they will continually produce fruit for all. And this is this concept of we always have enough, even though we may be staying indoors for some time now and self-isolating. Please don't feel alone. We're all in this together, even though we're on our own together. And in saying that, it is important that you just feel what you feel. You know, I am a big believer in not trying to force yourself to be happy. If you're sad, be sad. Then support yourself so that you do find a way to come back up. And I'll share more of that with you in the coming videos. So for now, you can see that I've got a blanket underneath my hips. As we sit on the blanket, it elevates the hips more so the knees can drop a little lower. Taking a drop of my favorite oil. If you're using citrus, just be mindful that if you put it onto your skin, that if you go out into the sunshine, I know that Perth is having a 33-degree day today, citrus oils can make your skin a little more photosensitive. Anyway, so rubbing the oil together in my hands warms up the bouquet. I'm going to take 3 long full breaths in with it.
When you use your essential oils aromatically, we want to be able to bring the compounds of the oils down deep into the lungs. So take your time with the breath in. See if you can slow it down and be with every single part of your body your breath is touching. Let your belly expand, let your upper chest expand. Maybe you even pause when you're full before slowly letting the breath out. This is a very, very special time before we enter into a yoga practice, bringing your hands on your heart to connect to your intention. What it is you'd like to cultivate during your practice. Maybe you even give yourself an inner smile. Bring your hands together in prayer, touching them at your forehead, recognizing all of your efforts. Make sure you close up the lid of whatever oil you're using. Come onto your hands and your knees. Have your toes touching, take the knees out wide, sink your hips towards your heels and bow your forehead down to the earth. Relax your elbows into Balasana, child's pose. Now in this child's pose shape, feel the stretch of the fronts of the legs. Staying with that same long, generous breath, your belly will be swelling into your thighs, and start to navigate the breath into your lower back. You might like to start to straighten your arms out now. Maybe your elbows are off the floor as you press the knuckles of your hands down and connect to Mama Earth as if you're sucking up energy through your hands. Feeling your shoulder blades press into the back line of your ribs. Starting to use your back muscles to draw the shoulder blades down towards your hips, opening the heart center a little more. And inhale, lift your head and walk both of your hands over to the right. Wrap the left rib cage to the inside of your right leg so that it's just a C shape you're making with the spine. Nothing changes. The arms are still at the same distance apart as they were when you were facing forward. Feel the side rib cage open on the left side like a concertina. long, smooth, easy breath. Inhale, walk your hands back to center, and exhale, pitter-pat them over to the left. This time wrapping the right side of your rib cage to the inside of your left leg, anchoring the right side of your hip bone down towards your heels. There's a delicious side stretch here. It's beautiful for the lower back and fantastic for opening up the sides of our rib cage. And as you inhale, walk the hands back to center. A little more firmer with the arms. Maybe you're gently rocking your forehead on the floor from side to side. As you inhale, roll yourself up into a tabletop shape, anchoring down through the knuckles of your hands. As you exhale, round through your back, chin to your chest, lift the belly button into your back body. Then as you inhale, smile your spine open, taking your gaze towards the ceiling, opening your throat. Exhale, round through your back. Inhale, smiling open the collarbones. Really simple breath synchronized movement, flexing and extending the spine. Feel the shoulder blades draw together. If you like, you can start to open your mouth and stick your tongue out when you exhale, expelling the breath out from the base of your gut, which is where the muscle of your tongue originates from, expelling any toxic residue that's inside your belly. And walk your hands back towards you as you tuck your toes underneath your hips, sitting back onto your toes. This is called a Yogi Toe Squat. Now I know it's not overly comfortable, so if it gets a little challenging, you can lift your hips up off your heels to give your feet a bit of a break. Let's distract ourselves from this. Bring your arms out in front of you. Use your right hand to draw the left arm towards your chest. With your arms straight, soften the shoulder away from your ears. Turn your gaze over your left and breathe into the left back lung. Use your limbs to help you give resistance so your breath has more direction. Inhale back to center and then swap arms. The left arm draws the right arm in. Notice the shoulder stays away from the ear. So we're giving the upper trapezius some space to breathe. Long, smooth breath. Let it feel good for you. Inhale, come back to center. Rock yourself forward. Come off those tippy toes and give them a little pat out. Good. And keeping your toes untucked, walk your hands back towards your knees and see if you can lift your knees off the ground. And now we're stretching the front lines of our ankles and our toes and our feet. Good. Come back to center. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips off the ground, rippling back into a bent leg downward facing dog. You can bend one leg and then the other. Imagine you've got a tail, like the pose describes, downward facing dog, and you're wagging that tail from side to side, opening the back line of your legs. Aim to have the weight of your body not press into your wrists. Instead, imagine your arms like a river flowing and your fingers as streams of the river. So the energy of your body is moving from the wrists into the knuckles of your fingers and out into your fingers themselves. You might like to straighten both of your legs. And then as you inhale, bring your knees down to the floor. Anchoring your hands, extend your right leg, tuck the toes under, and if that feels okay, lift the foot off the ground. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose, rounding through your back. Do this another 3 times. As you exhale, curling inwards, lift the belly button towards your spine. Working up our abdominals, working up our digestive system. Now take your leg to the outside of your right arm. Inhale the leg back out. Exhale, right knee. See if you can tap your shoulder or the elbow. If this gets too strong, you can skip the step. You can work through a few extra cat and cows if you like. If you have it in you, then now take your leg to your left arm and back out. So we're opening and twisting and preparing the body, massaging your inner organs, helping with peristalsis, which is allowing our body to eliminate toxins from our cells. Go on and bring that leg down and let's swap sides. You'll see that I've now tucked my wrists down rather than using my hands flat, just to protect my wrists. If you find that your wrists are a little sensitive, you might like to try this too. Flowing with your breath, bringing your knee to the outside of your arm now, so we're squeezing into the side body. This is waking up our abdominals, so as we move through the rest of the practice, our tummy muscles are really switched on and they're ready. Flow with your breath. Go ahead, unravel the hands. Walk your hands forward as both knees come down to the ground, finding your puppy pose. So Anahata Asana, heart opening pose, is a precursor to downward facing dog. You might have your forehead on the ground. If you've got a little more opening in your shoulders, your chin or your chest might be on the ground. Aim to leave your hips high. So here we're really opening up through the spine. And then I want you to slide forward and lay on your belly. Stretch your legs out behind you and lay your entire body flat on the earth. Forehead on the earth, bring your palms together so your thumbs cross over each other, and then relax your hands, completely surrender over to Mama Earth. Cultures and religions around the world practice this pranam, surrendering over their efforts. Here, slide your hands down towards your hips, palms turned up. Re-engage your legs. Press your feet down firm so your knees lift off the ground. And as you inhale, lift your head, shoulders and arms off the earth. As you exhale, lower back down. You might like to turn your left cheek, take a breath in. As you exhale, reset. Press the pubic bone down onto the floor. Lengthen the tailbone towards your heels. As you inhale, lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Like a cobra, a snake, your legs are emulating the body of a snake. Turn the opposite cheek, take an extra breath, and then exhale, begin again. Engage the tummy, press the feet down. The harder you press your feet down, the higher you can lift your upper body. Opening through the throat, opening through the chest. Exhale, bring your body back down to the floor. Slide your hands by your ribs, palms down. Inhale, press up to your knees. Exhale, knees together. Narrow child's pose. If your forehead doesn't make the floor, you can make little fists with your hands and rest your forehead there. Breathe into your lower back. It's a combination of back bends and forward folds before we move into the rest of the practice. Bring your hands forward, palms down. Use the inhale to press yourself back up into tabletop. Extend the right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose and step your foot through in between your hands. Now, bring your hands to your knee to help yourself lift up. You can stay in this shape with your hands on your hips or on your knees. If it feels comfortable for your knee to slide forward, then do so to open up the left hip. However, if you're working with any instability in the knee, keep your knee right over your ankle and shuffle your left leg back instead. Let the tailbone be heavy. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward, using those tummy muscles we activated earlier. Option to raise the arms, separate the palms. Feel the extension of the back we've been working with. And if you've got some more space in the shoulders, bring the hands together. Maybe take your gaze up. These are all options for you. The back bend is starting at the top of your left foot. Hands together, palms down, framing your front foot. Anchor the left hand, bring the right palm flat to your sacrum. Turn and look up at the ceiling. If you can see the ceiling, bring your hand to your shoulder, look up at your elbow. And if you can see the elbow, then extend your right arm straight up. So we aren't throwing the arm back, dislodging our shoulder. The twist is originating from the chest. Anchor the right hip back. Hug the thigh in. Exhale, bring the hand down. Let's take the left arm up and squeezing into the kidneys. Now, if your hand on the floor feels a little too squishy for you, just come up to your fingertips. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Good. On your next breath out, slide your hips back. Avoid the temptation to sink your hips down low. All you're doing is teasing open the back line of your legs. Now maybe the toes come off the ground too. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, sliding that back. Feel the outside of your right hip drawing back. Option to rock the inner thigh from the inner to the outer. Your foot will be moving, but the origin of the movement is coming from your upper thigh bone. Inhale, bring your body forward, slide the right leg back. Exhale, downward facing cat. Inhale, upward facing cat. Come to neutral. Extend the left leg, knee to nose, round through the back. Step your foot through in between your hands or shuffle it forward, however it gets there. Find the best position for your knee, what's going to serve you and feel most stable. Inhale, raise the arms. Both points of your hip bones are pointing forward here. Option to extend the back bend as long as you feel like you're getting taller and there aren't any intense creases in your spine. Long through the spine. Exhale, hands down through the midline, framing your front foot. Right hand is the anchor, left hand to the sacrum. As you're turning, feel the top of your head reaching away from your tailbone in the opposite direction. So as you're twisting, you're getting longer as well. Flooding your body with your breath. Take 3 here, and then exhale, bring your left hand down and swap sides. Remember, you can come up onto your tippy fingers on the base hand if needed. Exhale, bring the hand down. Inhale, look forward, open through your throat. Exhale, ripple back. Now your leg doesn't have to be straight. You can see I keep mine bent for some time before I start to elongate a little more. Your body will open for you the more it starts to trust you. Consider that for a moment. When your body starts to trust you. This is all uncharted territory we're marking together. So slowly, we let ourselves know that we have each other. I've got you, body. I'm going to take care of you. Slide that leg back into tabletop. Working through your cat-cow as a vinyasa. Good. Coming into your puppy pose. This might feel a little different for you than the first one we did earlier. And sliding forward, laying flat on your tummy in your pranam. Surrendering over your effort, surrender over any thoughts, just being present with your breath and the opening of your pelvis on the earth. Slide your hands down by your side. Option to interlace the hands behind you if that serves you. Now the more you can anchor the tops of your feet down, lift the kneecaps and lengthen your tailbone down towards your heels. Use that strength of your legs to lift the chest, draw the arms away from you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Taking 3 long, full, slow breaths here. Exhale, lower yourself down with tenderness and grace. Bring your hands by your side. Reverse press yourself up. Meet me in a narrow child's pose, supporting the back extensions with a forward flexion. Feel your shoulder blades wrap around your rib cage in a loving embrace, breathing into the back of your heart, into your lower back. Rolling yourself up, sitting on your knees if it feels comfortable for you, hands at your heart. Notice your breath pattern. Maybe it's changing, maybe it's touching different parts of your body than it did earlier. Bring your hands down, coming into tabletop. Now option to continue by staying on your knees. Some of you might like to tuck your toes under and meet me in downward facing dog. Again, you can do this from your knees if you like. Otherwise, if you're in downward facing dog, inhale, raise that right leg, stretch it away from your body. Exhale, coil inwards, shoulders over the wrist, step your foot through in between your hands. Take a moment to stretch your back foot away from your head. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, raise both arms up into your lunge. Bring the arms into cactus. The arms are bent at 90 degrees. Exhale, turn the fingertips down, interlace the hands behind you. Just like we explored on the floor, tailbone heavy so the lower back remains long. Open through the throat if it feels good for you, keeping the nape of your neck open. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Peel the right hand up as you breathe in. Lengthen your back by pressing your head away from your tailbone. Exhale, bring the hand down, swap sides. Notice the twisting action in the torso, massaging our organs, opening the connective tissue around our lungs, open through the throat. Exhale, coil backwards. This is a precursor to Hanuman, which is a full splits. This is called half splits. Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Ardha. Inhale, come forward, taking the leg back either into downward facing dog or tabletop. Inhale, raise the left leg. Coil forward, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist. Step the foot through in between your hands. Take a moment to lengthen. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale, take both arms up into your twist. Not your twist, into your lunge. Long through the lower back. Tummy slightly engaged. Exhale, inhale, arms to cactus arms. Exhale, fingertips point down. Interlace the hands behind your back. Charging through the arms as you climb up the ladder of the spine. Stimulating the heart chakra, opening the lungs, opening up to a brand new day, opening up to new possibilities. Exhale, bring the hands down, framing your front foot. Inhale, peel the left arm up into your twist. Front of the back lungs. Good. Swap sides. Inhale, raise the right arm up. Exhale, bring the hand down to the floor, framing your front foot. Open through the throat, breathe in. Exhale, peel back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Bow the frontal brain forward, open the back of your neck. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, slide that left leg back, either meeting in downward dog or tabletop. We're all going to meet on our knees. Exhale, downward facing cat. Inhale, upward facing cat. Exhale, downward facing cat. Inhale, come to neutral. Take the knees wide, sink your booty down towards your hips. Child's pose, Balasana. Notice the difference here in your breath. Maybe you turn your palms open, relax your fingers in a gesture of surrender. Let what no longer supports you pour out through your arms, and as we empty ourselves, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities. No one knows what's in store for us, yet we can remain vigilant in our practices of responding to life. Inhale up to your knees and walk your hands forward, coming into Anahata Asana, puppy pose. Sliding yourself forward, laying flat onto your belly for your pranam. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Let go here. Take the moments between the busyness of doing of things to simply be with your body. Slide the hands by your side. Then use them to press yourself up. Roll over onto your back. Check that your feet are as close enough to your booty that your fingertips can just touch your heels. We're working with a pelvic rock here. As you exhale, press your lower back into the floor. And then when you inhale, let the natural lumbar curve return again. Now I've moved my arms so you can see what I'm doing. You can keep both hands down by your side. So what we're doing is exaggerating the natural curve of the spine. As you exhale, feel your tailbone lengthen away from your body as if it's trying to reach your toes. Feel the pubic bone draw in towards your belly and the back ribs press down. Then when you inhale, relax, let the natural curve return. Good. Staying with that natural pulse, we're going to start to work with this shape as we progress. Now turn your finger pads down, just as I've described to you, fingertips together. Slide your hands underneath your lower back. Now just as we've experienced, press your lower back down into the floor so you squish your fingers between the lower back and the floor. Stay here. Notice you can still breathe like this. Inhale, raise your right leg. Exhale, bring it down. And then swap. Inhale, raise the left leg and then bring it back down. Do your best to keep your lower back pressing down onto your fingers. A little bit of core cultivation. We've got 6 of these in total. You can stay with both feet on the ground and work simultaneously like that. Otherwise, lift both feet off the ground and work one at a time. The second way is a little more challenging. You choose what's going to serve you best. The most important thing is that you keep your lower back pressing down. So we're engaging our transverse abdominals. These are the wraparound tummy muscles called the core, which act like a corset. They help us to lift out of the hips and lengthen the waist. Working with your breath here. It's a beautiful way to activate the tummy muscles without overly stimulating the hip flexors. As you exhale, bring the legs in, bring your hands to your knees, rocking the legs around in circles over your pelvis in one direction, and then going in the other direction. So we're loving ourselves through the process of our evolution. Easy. Exploring the hatha of our practice. Now with the tummy muscles awake and the body awareness developing, exhale, press the lower back down, and as you inhale, lift your tailbone off the ground, lift the hips, arcing through the back. And then as you exhale, lower back down so every single bone of your spine can kiss the earth. Natural curve returns as you breathe in. Exhale, begin the process again. Inhale, lift the hips. Full expression with the breath in. As you exhale, commence. Take your time. See if you can get every single vertebrae kissing the earth. Take the breath in so the natural curve returns in your spine. Exhale, begin again. Use the inhale to lift the hips. This is a beautiful way to release the lumbar spine. We're also moving the fluid around our body. So we're moving deoxygenated blood from the lower base of the body back up to the heart. We're moving the lymphatic fluid around the body to the upper tissues of the lungs. So if we've caught any pollen or bacteria in the upper lobes of the lungs, the lymphatic system can come through and collect it. When we come to stand, our bodies are able to flush it out from us. Good. After this next round, come to some stillness. Breathing here. Option now, interlace the hands behind your back on this last round. Taking 3 long full breaths here. If your fingers can't interlace, you can leave your hands down flat. The entire time you're aiming your tailbone towards your knees. Think about your thighs spiraling in towards each other and down to the ground. So we're keeping an internal rotation of our hips, opening the front pelvis. Charge your arms. If your fingers are interlaced, lift the chin, open through the back of your neck. 3 long, full, luscious breaths. Then as you exhale, release the hands, lower down one bone at a time. Go and take the arms out wide like a stop sign, drop the knees over to the left, and then inhale up to the other side. Now notice if you're moving both of your legs together, I'm going to invite you just to use your body's mechanics. Notice if you lift one leg without purposely lifting the other, there's a point of tension there where the right leg will lift the left on its own. Then they'll both drop. And then lift the left leg, and through the sheer mechanics of your body, the right leg will lift as well. Notice as you do this and you take the mental movement out of the equation, how your hip bones float freely inside their sockets. And straighten both of your legs out as you exhale. Inhale, bring the right leg in, wrap the fingers around your shin, wiggle your toes, roll your ankle around in space. Then use your left hand to draw your right leg over your body into a twist. Please do your best to leave your right shoulder and the right upper back on the floor. Not to pull with the right hand, we're just using it as a point of reference. If you can straighten out your leg by holding on to the outside edge of your foot, by all means go there. Remember, when we twist, we want to feel long. If you're twisting and feeling shorter, come out. Let the body lengthen, rolling the outer right hip towards the left foot. Inhale, come back to center. Hug your knee in towards your armpit. If that feels good, reach up and take half happy baby. Adha, half happy baby. Ananda Balasana, Adha Ananda Balasana. Use your left hand to massage the back of your right hamstring, feeling it open up for you. As you exhale, bring your foot down to the floor, stretch it out long. Bring the left leg in, lace the fingers around your shin, give it a good squeeze, hug it into your left armpit. If that feels okay, then you can take your foot. Sure, come into half happy baby here too. Oops, not half happy baby, you're coming into a twist, excuse me. Use the right hand to draw the left leg over your body, coming into a twist. Now don't let the left shoulder lift. You want to feel the body long on the floor and stable. That way we aren't hanging out in the joints. So if it means that your twist is a little less intense than the one that I'm demonstrating, then by all means go there. If you straighten the leg out, again, take the option. This is your practice. As long as you're breathing and moving and there's mindfulness, we're noticing how the body's responding. And these breath synchronized movements, we give ourselves this deep loving attention. Inhale, raise the leg back up, and here you can explore coming into half happy baby. Using the opposite hand to massage out the hamstring. You can keep the right leg bent on the floor if the tension in the groin feels too much. When you're ready, you can bring both feet off the floor and come into full happy baby. See what that's like. Once you're in full happy baby, let your body rock from side to side, massaging out your lower back. Now, Ananda Balasana means happy baby. Think about how babies rock on the floor. They're little Buddhas, they know what feels good. It's okay if you feel like you're going to tip to one side. Enjoy. Figure out a way to get back up and then continue. When you come into stillness here, I want you to feel yourself roll your shoulders down to the floor and your sacrum, and notice how your back feels long and flat. An alternative is to straighten the legs up and come into Viparita Karini in the middle of the mat. We're allowing for the deoxygenated blood from the lower limbs now to drain back into the body. And as you exhale, bend the knees, let the feet touch the floor, stretch the legs out long, coming into Shavasana. Gently lift your head, tuck your chin, and then lower your head back down to open through the windpipe. Separate the feet, move the hands away from the torso. You might like to roll the shoulders underneath your back so they sit more comfortably. Relax the tongue into the base of your mouth. Let your eyeballs sink into the back of their sockets. Relax your jaw. If you find thoughts come, lovingly bring your attention to the sensation of your breath and your body breathing. Never trying to resist thoughts, knowing that they're just a natural process, but that we can begin to shift our awareness to the subtleties of our body and become aware. Maybe you feel a hum rippling through your spine. Maybe your body is enjoying your breath more in different ways than you had before. And you can stay here for as long as you like. When you're ready, if you want to come out, wiggle your fingers and your toes. option to reach the arms up over your head and stretch, and then roll over to your favorite side, curling up into a little ball just for a moment, feeling gratitude for this practice, gratitude for yourself. In your own time, press yourself back up, come to an easy, comfortable seat, bring the palms together at your heart. Take a long, full breath in, and a long, full breath out. And we'll inhale to Om. Thumbs to your third eye, thumbs to your lips, thumbs to your heart. A little bow inwards at yourself, recognizing all of your efforts. From my heart to yours, namaste. Have a beautiful day, everybody.